Welcome back to an exciting episode of Fandom Fights. My name is Tim, joined today by Nick. And today, Nick, it's just four dudes hanging out, talking about nerdy shit, and maybe answering some questions. We got Robert versus Antonio. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to see these two play. I think they both have become high-caliber players. The reason they are playing today is they both had similar exits from the tournament where they came in third in their second round match. So they left the tournament at an even record, 1-1. But they both lost on the last question, and on the last question, they had a chance of winning. I think they both can relate to each other's exits to the tournament. But at the end of the day, they're at a very similar skill level, and I think this is anyone's game.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Let's get into it, starting with the promos.
Another Civil War. I always hate being part of these, but when it comes down to it, me and Robert always have fun matches against each other. It's been a hell of a long while since we played each other. I've been looking forward to this. It's actually the first time in a while that I've actually put effort into studying. It's because as much as I love my boy Robert, I still want to win at the end of the day. So just looking to see if all the studying paid off, and I've been looking forward to this one for quite a while. So let's get right to it.
Antonio's been in a lot of these lately. Had what happened in the tournament, had to go against team partner. We got another team partner thing going on here. It's been a while. Yeah, when you look at it, we're really as similar as you can be in a lot of respects, but especially how it is that we got paired up in this situation. I'm sad to hear that he studied because while I did a little, not to the degree that he did, I bet. So might be coming in a bit underprepared, but this is, as Tim alluded to, four dudes hanging out. This is friendlies. We're having a friendly match here. Exhibitions, but with consequences. So hopefully consequences are more in my favor today, but good luck to him. Good luck to everybody today. We all need it.
Nick, thoughts on the promos?
I feel lucky now.
Great. Let's get into it, starting with round number one. How's it going to work?
Round number one, it's going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Each player is going to have 15 seconds to write down their answer individually on the whiteboard. At the end of 15 seconds, we will say pens down, at which point the players will reveal their answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece. And should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number one, they will receive a bonus question. Each player will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Players, any questions as we enter round number one?
No, I hope my quarter map there can buy me a nice wheel spin in round 2.
We'll see. I have one of those as well. All right. Your first question comes in the category of Middle-earth. In the Fellowship of the Ring, what kind of weapon does the Fellowship briefly believe the cave troll killed Frodo with?
Thoughts on trolls?
What kind? The internet kind?
The kind you are, yeah.
The sing- I am the furthest thing from that.
Every time I post a picture of Bucky, you're just in the comments trolling away.
I am not.
I believe it.
I do not come. No. No.
Pens down. Let's go to Antonio.
I believe it was a spear.
And Robert.
I also said spear.
Spear is correct. Your next question is in the category of scores and soundtracks. Who composed the score for Star Trek Nemesis? Am I now your nemesis?
Yeah, that was me. I'm closer to the singing kind of troll than the internet kind. I'm closer
that was my troll.
I noticed. If you had large hair, it would have gone like this.
One pens down like 6 months ago. Yeah. Let's go to Robert.
Jerry Goldsmith.
And Antonio.
I changed to Hans Zimmer the last second.
Jerry Goldsmith is.
Damn it.
So Robert takes a 2-1 lead. What's next?
Your third question comes in the category of American spies. In Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, who convinces Luther to find Ethan before the CIA does?
Your 3 favorite letters put together, what are they?
I'll throw X in there.
Saucy.
Maybe 2 more X's.
Mine is MCD. Mine is MCD.
Okay.
Nick D. 5.
Got it.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Antonio.
Yeah, Brant?
Let's go to Robert.
I also said Brant.
Brant is correct.
Sorry for
Next question is in the category of Planet of the Apes. Which Planet of the Apes film features a group of apes hunting a pack of deer and caribou?
You know what I think of when I hear that word?
What?
The Polar Express.
Yeah.
When the guy's hanging off the front of the train, and then they barely stop, and then it goes on his face, and he goes, "Caribou!"
That movie sucks.
Zemeckis, not great with animation.
You suck.
Beyond Roger Rabbit.
Two.
Welcome to Marvel.
Let's go to Robert
Is it Dawn of the Planet of the Apes?
and Antonio.
my favorite Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Both are correct. So it is 4-3. What's next, Nick?
Your next question comes in the category of the MCU. In Iron Man 3, what type of structure does Savin knock over after Tony successfully kills Ellen Brandt?
Heroes murdering.
Brandt.
Yeah, another Brandt. How about that?
Interesting.
I was right in this round one, and I was like, hey.
I don't know if there's a third somewhere, but those are the two I know.
Repeat the question.
All right, that's going to be the first repeat for Antonio.
The question again. In Iron Man 3, what type of structure does Savin knock over after Tony successfully kills Ellen Brandt?
I was trying to put this movie out of my mind.
I don't knock over structures very often, but if I did, this might be on the list.
Fair.
5.
Tim, you made me angry on 2 different questions.
1, pens down. Let's go to Antonio
A water tower.
and Robert.
Water tower.
That is correct, and I believe Robert remains perfect through 5. Your next question is in the category of sci-fi icons. In The Matrix, when Neo first meets the Oracle, he breaks what kind of object right after the Oracle predicted he would? What's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm living. Bucky
That's
looks
cool.
pissed right now.
He's never looked good.
He's
Yeah.
very cute, but he's always upset.
And his resting face is very...
2.
Mhm.
1, pens down. Let's go to Robert
Is it a vase?
and Antonio.
A vase.
Vase is correct. 6-5. What's next?
Your next question comes in the category of Marvel. Who plays William Stryker in X-Men Origins Wolverine?
This is the one where Wolverine is originated.
Originated, yes.
Good.
I was also thinking of using that word.
Nice. The macaw dropping stuff. What'd you drop? Ooh. You hate to see it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Antonio
I almost said his father, but it's Danny Houston.
and Robert.
You know, Succession has 2 William Strikers. It's Danny Houston.
Danny Houston is correct. 7-6. Your next question is in the category of Pixar. What is the name of Nemo's wife? Or I'm sorry, what is the name of Marlin's wife who dies at the beginning of Finding Nemo? Nemo doesn't have a wife.
I know, Tim. I know he doesn't know. Relax. Relax about it.
I feel like now you're just doing this to make me
No,
happy.
I'm really not. I just...
You're doing it to make me smile. You're doing it to make me look smart for once in this relationship.
Go, you know?
3.
Repeat, please.
All right, that's going to be Robert's first repeat. Your question again. What is the name of Marlin's wife who dies at the beginning of Finding Nemo?
Spoilers.
I know, right? Jeez. Did you... I'm trying to figure out a way to work in the phrase Bracala Origins Ellie.
Nice.
But I don't know how to get there, so do with that what you will.
3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Robert
I didn't know. I said Ellen.
and Antonio.
Coral.
Coral is correct. So Antonio tying it up 7-7. No more perfect rounds. Nick, what's next?
Your next question comes in the category of YA. And the question is, Which YA film features a train car being stolen by a flying aircraft?
You like flying?
No.
Really?
I'm much too large to be on.
That's fair. Not because you're like scared, but because it's just
Have
uncomfortable.
you ever tried to like lay down like this when if you laid down, what you'd be like in the next person's lap in front of you?
I'm also large for planes, but in the belly way, not the tall way.
The rest of your head.
3, 2, 1, pens down. But Maggie's small, so when we travel together, it's fine. Let's go to Antonio.
The Maze Runner, The Death Cure.
And Robert.
I said Maze Runner, The Death Cure.
That is correct. So 8-8, moving into the final question of the round in the category of Star Wars. In The Last Jedi, who is revealed to be responsible for creating the connection between Rey and Kylo Ren? You got an itch there?
I went outside and sat by a fire, and there was a bunch of mosquitoes.
That'll do it. 5, 4, 3.
Now they're all acting up.
Hands down. Let's go to Robert.
Snoke.
And Antonio.
Snoke.
Snoke is correct. So, Nick, we have a high scoring one, 9-9.
Yeah.
All right. How's round number 2 going to work?
Round number 2, it's going to work like this. It's the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each player will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they could choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. You will get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless they check down to multiple choice, in which case it will only be worth 1. And be on the lookout as stealing is available in round number 2. Your categories on the wheel today are horror icons, sci-fi icons, MCU, DC, Law and Order, YA, Pixar, and Wizarding World. Take it away, Tim.
All right, Robert, you are higher ranked. Would you like to spin first or defer to Antonio?
I will go second.
Okay, so let's spin the wheel for Antonio. This wheel brought to you by SpongeBob SquarePants on Paramount Plus. It lands on sci-fi icons.
I'll stick with it.
Okay. Nick, would you please read Antonio his questions in sci-fi icons?
Gladly. Antonio, are you prepared for your questions in the category of sci-fi icons?
Yes, sir.
Your first question. Which sci-fi icons film features the characters Paul McDaggett, Anne Lewis, and Dr. Marie Lazarus?
RoboCop 3.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who plays Neo's therapist while he is trapped in the Matrix and is revealed to be the analyst in the Matrix Resurrections?
Neil Patrick Harris.
Wait for it. That's correct.
No. It's like, what?
All right.
I got it.
Oh, great. All right. Your third question. What is the name of the heroic group of Transformers led by Optimus Prime throughout the Transformers series?
Oh, the Autobots.
That is correct for 2 points.
Overthought that.
Your penultimate question in sci-fi icons. What position does Janek hold aboard the Prometheus in Prometheus?
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, Chief Engineer, B, Navigator, C, Medical Officer, or D, Captain?
Captain.
That is correct for 1 point.
Yeah, I thought it was Charlize's character.
Right, and your final question. In what country has Sarah been living since John's death in Terminator Dark Fate?
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, Canada, B, Mexico, C, Panama, or D, Cuba?
She did get there kind of quick. Mexico?
That is correct for 1
Yeah.
point.
You get there rather quick.
All right, so Antonio gets his total up to 17.
That's what I have, Tim.
All right, so we'll bring back the wheel, and this is going to be the spin for Robert. She did get there kind of quick. That was cool.
Logic.
Robert, it lands on MCU.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that. So
All
please.
right. All right, Robert, I will give you your questions in the MCU. Are you ready, sir?
Sure.
All right, your first question. Which MCU film features an astrophysicist having the government confiscate their life's work?
Thor.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who plays Cassie Lang in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania?
Catherine Newton.
That's correct for 2 more points. All right, your third question. Namor kills 2 people while they are traveling in what kind of transportation at the beginning of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever?
A helicopter.
That is correct for 2 points. Your fourth question. In the Avengers, who is sent to recruit Tony at the beginning of the film?
Phil Coulson.
That is correct for 2 more points and a tie game. And your final question in the category of the MCU. In Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, what specific device does Kraglin give to Peter at Yondu's funeral?
A Zune.
That is correct for 2 more points and the lead. So Robert clean sweeps it, getting up to 19. Is that what you have?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right, round number 3. How's it going to work?
Round number 3 is going to work like this. It's the betting round. We have 5 more questions in the realm of fandom fights. Once the players hear the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number 3?
All right. So the first category that you guys can bet points on in round number 3, is MCU. And let's get bets. Because I saw you guys write down right away. We'll start with Robert.
2.
And Antonio.
I'm playing catch up too.
If I don't have to cut, I won't, but you guys will.
Oh,
okay. We'll get to the question. Your question in the MCU is, in Ant-Man, during Darren's final presentation of the suit, he invites in people representing what organization? I love this movie.
Congratulations.
They get progressively worse. Unfortunately.
I would agree with that. I do like the second one a lot more than most people.
It's fine. I enjoyed it enough.
Yeah. 1 pens down. Let's go to Robert.
Hydra.
And Antonio.
Hail Hydra.
21-19, Nick. That is correct. Hydra. So what is the next category, Nick?
Next category you can bet points on is Middle Earth.
Let's get bets, starting with Antonio. And Robert.
2.
Okay. What is the question, Nick?
Your question is, in the 2 Towers, outside the Black Gate, Frodo falls and nearly gets discovered by 2 guards, but Sam hides him with an elvish cloak that disguises them as what?
Should be the other way around.
Yes, I'm sorry. Sam falls and Frodo hides him with an elvish cloak that disguises them as what?
Challenge. No, I don't want another question.
I was going to bring it up so we didn't have to do that.
Okay, good. I don't want another question. This one's just
glad
fine.
a certain other member of your faction is not here at the moment.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right.
Let's go to Antonio.
Many different terms. I just chose a rock.
And Robert.
I almost changed it to boulder, but then
That's a nice boulder. 23-21 rock is correct. So your next category you can bet points on is going to be, it's everyone's favorite fandom quotes. Let's get bets, starting with Robert.
I'll do the goose egg.
And Antonio.
Let's see where I can go.
All right. If Antonio hits this, he ties it up. The question in fandom quotes. Which American Spies film features the quote, "What? To go to bed with a man and lie to him? She's a woman. She's got all the training she needs."
Man. Freaking know this one.
I stumbled through that a little bit.
That's okay. We both made mistakes.
That's fair.
Man. I knew this would happen. I should have split the difference. I knew this would happen.
5, 4.
Repeat the question.
All right, that is going to be Antonio's second repeat. Which American Spies film features the quote, "What? To go to bed with a man and lie to him? She's a woman. She's got all the training she needs."
Much better. Well,
That was much better.
I bet you're glad you got a second shot.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I hate it when I get a second shot and it's like something I just like absolutely can't say whatsoever. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Robert
Mission Impossible 2.
and Antonio.
Mission Impossible 2.
Both correct. Antonio tying it up 23 all as we get into the penultimate category of the round. Nick, what is the category?
Category is Pixar.
Let's get bets, starting with Antonio
2.
and Robert.
2.
All right, Nick, what's the question?
Question is, which Pixar director voices Socks the cat robot in Lightyear?
Wow, that's fortunate.
That's why I wasn't naming films earlier.
Sorry. I haven't had that.
I mean, you did, so I didn't have to. So.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to stop doing that from that on.
It happens.
God damn it. So that's fucking
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Antonio
Andrew Stanton.
and Robert.
Peter Sohn.
And your winner, Robert Castner. Peter Sohn is correct. Director of The Good Dinosaur and the upcoming Pixar film Elemental, but not upcoming by the time you've seen it's out. Upcoming to Fandom. Nick, Robert won.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Wild knockdown, drag out fight. Absolutely insane. Both players nearly missed a perfect round by one question. Then they swept their categories in round 2. This is as high of a level it gets. And like I said at the beginning, both these players are at that level. It's unfortunate that Antonio's record might not reflect that right now, but given a little bit of time, he's a force to be reckoned with. And now that he'll be playing people that don't have the records of people like Robert or Abel, like his next match will be against someone not like that. I think whoever that is against, they should be very afraid, because Antonio just took Robert to nearly the final question, and Robert played a near perfect game. So insane stuff all around.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get into post-match interviews. We'll start with Antonio.
Antonio, as I said, you mentioned prior to the match that you had done a lot of studying for this one. You were getting ready for this one. It may not have paid off in a win, but I think it definitely paid off. It definitely showed a lot. Like, you got a lot right there. There was little room for error. I think the only reason you lost today is because the person you were playing against wasn't missing either. And then one or two things go a little bit differently. I think you take the win, especially with that gutsy play on Fandom Quotes. Nearly took the match. At the end of the day, it didn't work out for you. You just got a question that you didn't know and literally one question in round 3 that you didn't know. Other than that, you only missed one other question. So absolutely crazy stuff from both of you today. And I think this one is one that you shouldn't be too mad about losing. Would you agree?
Yeah, but it's always like, especially because I know against someone like Robert, you gotta be like really like perfect. So that's why. And the thing is, knowing what I missed out, because I had Jerry Goldsmith and I really erased it. I don't know why. For some reason, I felt like Zimmer did that one, but I had it. And that's where I'm gonna be mad at myself, because I erased it. And then going multiple choice on 2 questions where honestly I should just went with my gut, because I had as soon as I heard it, and then I knew that for some reason I thought Janik was Charlize Theron, and I'm like, no, it's actually Idris Elba. I'm like, I should have went with that. So it's more like just trusting my gut more and not going to multiple choice. Maybe things would have been different. I don't know. And yeah, then obviously I just saw Lightyear recently and I forgot that freaking name. I just picked a random director. But that's the one thing that's gonna bite me. I actually enjoyed the movie, but now this proves like you really need to watch movies like twice for the stuff to sink in. But I'm still happy with how I performed. I know I can still keep getting better, and I'm just glad at least someone from DMC is gonna keep reaping the benefits. So
very true. Antonio, like I said, the work you've put in has shown this whole year. It's been incredible. You'll in the very near future you'll get a chance to show that off a little bit more in teams back with Abel as Galactes Nuts makes their return. So we do look forward to seeing you again real soon. Congratulations on a near perfect match. Like I said, I just did the math while you were talking. You missed 2 questions the whole time. So crazy stuff. But we're going to bring in the winner today, who missed one question the whole time.
Yeah.
Robert Castner. Robert, one question off a perfect game from joining the Perfect Game Club. That's a hell of a bounce back from your exit in the tournament, which was very good as well. I just know you were upset about it. I would say that this maybe makes up for that a little bit. How you feeling about the win?
Yeah, this is the best game I probably have played. Yeah, the Finding Nemo question, I haven't watched Finding Nemo in a minute, and I knew it was something ocean related, but I just for some reason couldn't get to coral, so that stinks. And Antonio's defense for how it would have played, if he would have got the perfect round, I probably would have bet on the quotes question because I would have felt like I needed to, and I would have got it. So we probably would have went to the last question, or maybe we would have ended the same way. Who knows? But I watched 31 MCU movies in 2 weeks. So fortunately, this match was pretty MCU heavy, which was great. I was sick after Nick missing that quotes question, the MCU question, Black Widow. I was very upset, and I had been missing too many MCU questions lately, despite what I feel it being my best category. So I rewatched everything because I felt like I needed to. And while it was a struggle, it proved beneficial today for sure. And then, I just watched Lightyear today. I was just fortunate to watch it. I studied it for the characters. I know the voice because the voice he plays Squibbles, right? In Monsters U. So you know the voice. If you know the voice, you can recognize it from things. So yeah, it's just my best game, and Antonio just played slightly worse. That's it. That's all it was.
It's even a rough thing to call it. Slightly worse.
Yeah, I know.
Missing
he
two
played
questions.
as good as me.
Minus
it was
1.
like 1 to 1A. If you can't say it's like 1 and 2, it's like 1 to 1A. He was 1A today. That's
absolutely, yeah, crazy stuff. Robert, you will be moving on. This match happens in Act 4. We'll be seeing you again in Act 5 with this win. We haven't quite worked out who you're going to play. It's going to be someone pretty good, given that Antonio is pretty good, and now you won, so you'll be moving on to someone else pretty good. Is there anyone you would like to go up against in your next match?
I can't think of anybody besides the people who I imagine are at the top and I can't get to right yet. I will say, I wanted to mention, I think I got to double-digit wins today, and I'm very excited by this prospect. So I'm very happy. Yeah, I got to double-digit wins. And I just wanted to say, I know this is boisterous, but I'm going to say it anyway. I feel like I'm the best player who hasn't played for a singles title yet. Active. So it's probably me and Tyler, if you think about it. And the interesting thing about me and Tyler is that we both were teams champions, and we've butted heads a bit, and we've defended. So I think that holds as a thing. So I really wanted this win because I want to get that stupid monkey off my back.
Very fair. Robert, we'll see if you get the chance. You also joined the 300 points club today.
Yes! I did it.
Good shit. Congratulations on the win. It was one heck of a performance, and we'll see you in the very near future. And yeah, Tim, why don't you put a bow on it?
Great match. Really, really epic match all the way down to the wire. Would have liked to see it go to the final question, but what are you going to do? I think Robert played fantastic, absolutely lights out. And so did Antonio. And as you guys all said, this was just fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing if Robert can get to that singles title picture like he's talking about. And I'm excited to see whoever Antonio goes up against next, because Lord have mercy. So thank you to Antonio. Thank you to Robert. Thank you to Nick for writing this one. I've been Tim. We'll see you guys next time with another great match.
But again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end.
Goodbye, old friend.
Kitty has to go.